Cam Rodgers with you alongside Tom Downey. Let's go through the latest NFL rumors here on the program, Tom, and the big one, Khalil Mack, to be traded. Could it go down? Well, ESPN's Paul Gutierrez says, well, maybe.
Like many of you have said in the comments section, I agree. I don't think in the end Khalil Mack gets traded, but it is a possibility we have to discuss. When the beat writers around the Raiders are saying it could happen, even if it's not all that likely, that needs to be mentioned because it means that contract talks between Mack and the Raiders are not going that well, Cam.
It's not fake news. We're not spewing fake news.
No, this is a real thing. Now, maybe it ends up being more like Odell Beckham, but there have been times where you see the surprise trade. Jimmy Garoppolo, for example, was kind of out of the blue all of a sudden, even though there had been some buzz before that. So I don't think the Raiders will trade Khalil Mack, but it does need to be mentioned as a possibility given the reports coming out of Oakland. Now, if I'm the Raiders, Cam, I know you agree, and I know a lot of the comments agree as well, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Pay the man his damn money, get your elite pass rusher, and don't start a combo of Frosty Rucker, Tank Carradine, Fadal Brown, Mario Edwards, or Arden Key, because you're not going to get any pass rush there. You need Khalil Mack, and that's why he's asking for so much, because he's got the leverage.
Leverage, man. It's crucial.
All a leverage game. Now, maybe that's even the possibility that, Mack's camp is leaking this to help add more, but I think the reality is that it needs to be discussed, even if it's not the most likely outcome.
Going through the latest NFL rumors, Cam Rodgers here alongside Tom Downey, both of us sporting Mizzen and Maine. We look fantastic. I have that shirt ready to wear at some point.
You do. Not on here with me, though, because that'd be very weird.
Can't wear the same shirt.
Yeah, we've done it before.
And you can look like us. Comfortable.af is the way to go. Sweat wicking technology, you got to love it. All right, let's continue along with the Raiders theme here. Donald Penn restructuring with the contract, maybe a pay cut. He may need to take one if he wants to stay on the team.
I find it funny that, because we've done our little trade ideas before, because those are fun and we enjoy them, and I think that everyone watching enjoys them as well, as long as you're having fun with it. People are like, why are you trying to get rid of Penn and trade him? This is why. There you go.
Yeah.
So the report is that Penn's future, Cam, might be borderline completely dependent on him taking a pay cut. And it's kind of funny because he just agreed to that extension and more money last year. Now he's coming off the injury. Colton Miller is now in town at left tackle. Mm-hmm. If I'm the Raiders, I would try and trade him first, though, because you can get some value for him. And then if you're Penn, I actually say no to a pay cut.
I can see that.
Because whatever money you lose by getting cut, I think you can find in the open market. Like, let's say the Texans, how much would Houston pay for Penn? Like, a base salary with per game incentives and some other stuff.
I mean, they have cap space.
You would make up for it. So I don't think Donald Penn is very happy right now with the Oakland organization. They were hesitant to give him the contract. They eventually gave it to him, of course. They drafted Colton Miller, and now they want him to take a pay cut. So this is how I kind of think the Raiders' depth chart maybe more should look, Cam, if they end up losing Donald Penn to a cut. It had better be Colton Miller at left tackle and David Sharp at right tackle, because otherwise you do not want Giacomoni playing.
He's not good. And the Jets fans out there know that. All right, folks, we are – Go ahead. You had something to say?
I was just going to say I forgot to mention that Vidal Alexander has been cut by the Raiders, too.
Oh, okay.
So cross him off that depth chart. My bad.
There you go. NFL Daily presented by Man Crates. Head to mancrates.com to get the Grill Master Crate for the summer. Folks, there is no quicker way to separate the men from the boys than to observe how they cook a steak on the grill. The Grill Master Crate is for the man who's a cool operator when that heat is high, Tom.
And you've come over to my house, and I've cooked with my new grill
and you are a
the
cool
grill
operator.
crate, and it was good, even though you don't eat meat because you're a strange person. But producer Lana can confirm I know how to cook. You should have tried the burgers,
It smelled
man.
good.
Dude, I had burgers with cheese on the inside for you, and you wouldn't do it.
Mancrates.com, that is the way to go, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome gifts, guys. Love. Let's talk about Samaje Perine perhaps being traded. Tom, you mentioned Rob Kelly. Well, that ain't the case, at least according to this rumor.
I want to actually get it, because I think that Kelly and Perine, they do very similar things for you. They're more on the plotting side. They don't bring a whole lot for you in terms of the passing game that they can contribute there. Both are fairly cheap. And I get this mindset. I would have kept Perine because I think he has more upside than Kelly. But if you're trying to get value back for your number 3 player, Perine as a 4th-round pick has more value than Rob Kelly, who is, he's played quite a bit. We know who Rob Kelly is. Maybe a team thinks, hey, Perine can be our second halfback and maybe become a starter for us. So if you're trying to get value back for your first or for a halfback here, I think that Perine does have more value because I think he is a better player for the Redskins. I'd keep him and try and trade Kelly, but I get the, hey, let's get some value back here for a guy that's not going to be your starter.
What's going to happen in the NFC East? Will the Redskins win their division? Hit us up in comments. Type HTTR for yes.
Nope.
Nope, you're going nope?
Nope.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Redskins. Sorry, Skins fans.
Bashaud Breeland to the New England Patriots. Well, he recently visited New England. A lot of turnover going on with the Pats as we stand.
He's just taking his tour like, I'm going to go to this team and this team. I think everyone wants to see how healthy that foot is. Because he signed a 3-year, $24 million deal with the Panthers. That got voided because he failed his physical. Now he's unsigned, but if you're the Patriots, Cam,
do your homework.
Hey, look, you can never have too many cornerbacks. Bring him in, see how he looks, see how the foot is, see when he's going to be able to contribute. I don't know if they really need another cornerback per se, more than, let's say, compared to like the Colts. But put him in as your number 2. Eric Rowe becomes your nickel with Duke Dawson. McCourty all of a sudden becomes your number 5 guy. You're set at corner, man. You're in good shape there.
Ugh, Eric Rowe just isn't very good, but we'll see what happens. How about Richie Incognito and the Minnesota Vikings? Apparently, the Vikings showed interest in Incognito. And then Mike Zimmer said, well, no, we never did have interest in you. And then Incognito took to Twitter and called Zimmer a liar and then apologized last night about it.
Why would I believe a word out of Richie Incognito's mouth?
I don't know.
Why? And not only that, why would I want to have him come anywhere near my team? I don't want that in my locker room.
He's a good guard. He's a good player.
Good player. I don't care. He's going to be a cancer in my locker room. He's going to ruin it.
You're a liar, Tom. Can you imagine that? Just like taking it to Twitter and just saying
this is the dude who had the cops called him at the gym because he said he was like running NSA level 3 encryption and needed to have the guy next to him couldn't be on his headphones. Like, no, I'm not touching it. I don't believe him at all. It's not going to happen. Get him out of here. I have no desire to do that whatsoever.
All right, folks.
None.
We have an update on Dez Bryant, but first a word from our friends at Man Crates.
Man Crates, awesome gifts for men in real wooden crates, wrapped in a cocoon of duct tape, or housed in ammo cans that are virtually indestructible. Some gifts he'll get to assemble himself. Some gifts you'll beg him to share. And some gifts are sealed inside layers of rock-solid concrete. Gifts guys love, from grilling gear to old-school video games and more. Man Crates, awesome gifts for men.
All right, so perhaps Dez Bryant is not interested in the Cleveland Browns. According to a report, he's not seriously considering them. I want you, Tom, to keep an eye on the Pittsburgh Steelers because Antonio Brown certainly wants that to happen.
I think James Washington and Juju Smith-Schuster will handle that job just fine.
Wham.
I'm sorry, buddy. You know, on one hand, it makes sense because I didn't think the Browns were a logical fit back when they had Corey Coleman and Josh Gordon and Jarvis Landry and Antonio Callaway. But since then, Coleman's gone and Antonio Callaway got busted for weed because he's an idiot.
So things are going great.
It's intriguing, and maybe this was a leverage play by Dez Bryant. Like,
you think so?
Say that the Browns have interest in you, they've got the money, drum up some more from other teams potentially. Maybe that's what it was.
He's playing the game, man. He's playing the game.
Is he though? Because he's not playing anything right now.
Well, he's not. Yeah, he's not playing football. That's for sure. But still,
I do think he gets signed. But we were told, oh yeah, after the draft, and then it was, oh yeah, after camp, and oh yeah, after week 1 of the preseason is where we're at now.
Could have sworn.
So okay, like, clock's ticking, Dez.
Yeah. Still nothing.
I've upped the odds from there's no chance he doesn't play to, hey, maybe there's like a 5% chance he doesn't play this year.
Type away, folks. Let us know what you think about Dez Bryant.
I still think yes, though.
All right, I agree. Let's talk about Martavis Bryant, who is struggling right now, grasping the John Gruden, Greg Olsen playbook on the offensive side, and Gruden has been pretty vocal at Bryant saying, dude, pick it up.
Look, the Steelers were so happy to get a 3rd-round pick back from Martavis Bryant.
Oh, my God, yeah.
They kept saying they weren't going to trade him because they did not think they were going to get that.
And here we are.
Here we are. And Cam, I think there's a real chance that Martavis Bryant ends up being the number 4 receiver for the Oakland Raiders this year.
Which is a shame.
Amari Cooper, Jordy Nelson, they really like Ryan Switzer. I do too as a slot guy. Martavis Bryant kind of becomes your de facto, he's only going to be our deep threat. Because if he's not picking up the playbook, anyone can run in a straight line.
Sure.
But that's going to limit what you can actually do. So he better get it going. Because the talent's there, but I am a little bit concerned about Bryant.
Well, I'm a little concerned about Aaron Donald as well and what's going on between him and the Rams leadership. Now, apparently, Donald's camp and GM Les Snead and the Rams are in the same zip code. So, Tom, that matters.
Well, what the hell does that even mean?
I mean, come on.
You're both in LA? Okay, cool. Like, well, duh, of course you're in LA. You're the Rams.
I just don't get it.
Zip codes can be pretty big. So, like, how far off are we here? Like, if you're Donald, the report that Donald thought it was going to get done, maybe they've been close for a really long time and they haven't made a change yet. If you're the Rams, give him even $25 million, which I think might be more along the lines of what he's actually asking for. Do it. He's Aaron Donald. I know there's some sticker shock there.
Pay him.
But that Von Miller deal was signed a couple years ago. It's time to break the bank. And if you're the Rams, I'd rather pay Aaron Donald now than let the Raiders pay Khalil Mack first and then pay him. Get it done, LA.
Mack versus Donald. Which one cracks first in the contract debate? All right, we got one more rumor to get to, and it surrounds the national anthem debate. Tom, Aaron Rodgers recently spoke upon the President of the United States, tweeting about the national anthem, and he said the following, quote, "I think that the more that we give credence to stuff like that," Trump's tweets, for example, "the more it's going to live on. I think if we can learn to ignore or not respond to stuff like that, if we can, it takes away the power of statements."
I think in a bubble, that's the ideal way to do it, right? Like, that's the dream scenario. You just ignore it and it all goes away, right?
It's one of those deals where if you talk about the president tweeting and the national anthem debate, he will continue to tweet about it,
The
right?
flip side is, but it's the president.
Sure.
Like, it's kind of a big deal.
The leader of the free world.
Can you actually just ignore that? Like,
Probably not.
Like, yes, that's like the ideal, but that's kind of utopian. Are you actually going to be able to do that when the president is kind of, being very negative towards you and your profession and your teammates? That's a little tough to pull off.
Whose side are you on? Kaepernick? Trump? Type away. K for Kaepernick, T for Trump. Tom? I think you're just going to say...
It's Kaepernick.
Okay, all right.
I'm on Kaepernick's side. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going to take a side.
Oh.
Because I am the national anthem analyst. I don't take sides.
Yes, it's true. It's true you are.